In today's video, I'm going to be doing another one of these brainstorming breakdowns with the most value as possible, as always, and just speaking my raw thoughts on how I can help you guys elevate and get to the next level. Some of the stuff that I'm currently doing that you can also apply to your life right now, and just a raw breakdown of what you need to do to improve your life, make more money, get in better, mindsets, frameworks, so that you can actually grow your business and actually become the person that you want to be. This whole video, the whole consensus is about you becoming the mental version of yourself that you have of yourself that you know is possible to achieve, but it has not materialized yet into reality. So as we can see right here, creating mental image of self. So we're just going to get right into it. So what we have is the reality. The reality is simply just the idea that you have of yourself in your mind. If you want to become, the richest entrepreneur, the biggest business, you want to sell a company for $100 million, you want to become this trader that makes 6 figures a month in profit, it doesn't matter what it is that you want to be, but what matters is what is it that you're doing today and who is it that you are now that's in comparison to that person. And is that person that you are now in comparison to that person that you want to be? Is that on the right frequency? Is that on the right level? Is that the person that's actually going to get there? For most of us, the answer is no. And I'm going to explain how to undo that, how to reverse engineer everything in order to actually get to that point. So let's just say, for example, that you want to sell, a company for $100 million one day. You have to analyze and line up your current life that you're living, everything that you're doing right now, and ask yourself, is this the same person that's going to be able to achieve this result? And this is the wake-up call that you need. You need it ASAP. You need to look at yourself and tell yourself, okay, if I really want this, I'm not going to get there by doing what I'm doing now. So you have to take account your current life and what it is that you're doing, how it is that you're living, and change what needs to be changed as soon as possible. Because if you're not doing that for a long amount of time, you're going to be getting no results. You're going to be living in a reality where you're just at a point where you aren't satisfied with that. I had to go through that point where it's like you're doing all this work, you're doing all these different tasks day to day. The needle isn't really moving too much, but you're still doing hours and hours and hours of work endlessly. You're tired at the end of the day, but you don't see the changes that you want. And then you start to think, is this business not good anymore, or is it just me? It's you. It's always you. It's always you. Unless your business is doing hundreds of millions of dollars and you're in the top 0.01% of that whole entire niche, it's you. You are your business. That's what you have to realize. This whole game of business, this whole game of entrepreneurship, all is dependent on you. You're the leader of the company. You're the owner of the company. You're your personal brand. You are everything. So the way that you act, the things that you do, everything that you say is all on you. You're able to create all these results for yourself if you simply put in the work and do the right things and analyze, take account for what it is that you're currently doing. So from our reality right here, here's what we have. We have the want and actuality. So with the want, obviously there's certain wants that everyone has in life, but more specifically, like I said, you have to know the exact wants, exact things that you want. Why is it that you want to become successful or have this company or make hundreds of millions of dollars or sell your company for $100 million? It might be because, someone in high school told you that you'll never do it. And ever since that day that they told you that, you could not stop working 24/7 to prove them wrong. Maybe everyone, thought you were going to be a failure. Maybe, someone didn't believe in you and you really, cared about them and they still didn't believe in you and you just want to prove them wrong. That might be, you might want to do that just simply based off that fact. That's more of a why. Everyone needs a why, but you have to have the wants as well. You have to know what you want. You have to know, I want this car, I want this house, I want this lifestyle, I want this type of business that operates in this type of way. If you're aiming in this whole entire business sphere with no exact actuality of what it is that you want, you're not going to go very far at all. This isn't the game where it's like you throw a ton of darts at the board and then you hope that it hits all of a sudden, which there is an example in this whole diagram that is going to be about that point. But this specific sector of this whole entire explanation, you can't be vague about what it is that you want. It doesn't have to be where, you know the exact thing. Let's just say I'm going to wake up and I'm going to have this exact color t-shirt, pants on this date, blah, blah, blah. Don't over exaggerate it. The point being is that you need to know what it is that you want as far as where you want to live, the amount of money that you want to make, the day-to-day life that you're going to live, and you have to know where it is that you're going. You have to know where you're going, and knowing what you want is the key to getting there. Now that you know what you want, now that you know the life that you want to live, ask yourself, is the person I am today, can I see myself living in that reality? Because if the answer is, yeah, I think so, then you're not going to get it. If the answer is probably, you're not going to get it. If the answer is maybe yes, you're not going to get it. If the answer is not in that millisecond that someone asks you that question, if the answer isn't right away, yes, 100% guaranteed, no doubt in my mind. And we're not asking, do you believe if you're going to get there? Do you believe that you're going to get there in the future? We're asking, is your current self, the person that you are right now, going to be like the same habits that you have now? Is that person going to achieve your ideal self, the ideal person that you want to become in reality in the future? If the answer is not a clear 100% yes, this is exactly why you're watching this video, because there's so much that you have to take away, that you have to learn in order to become that person. Now, 99.9% of everyone watching this, the answer should be no. Your answer shouldn't be yes, because if it was yes, you probably would already be there by now, or you already probably wouldn't be watching this video at all. So that's why you're here. The point being is that you have to accept this reality. I have to accept the reality that right now what I'm doing, I have so much more to learn to become worth billions of dollars one day. I'm not on the frequency right now to be able to achieve that, but I'm on my way there. Am I that person today? No. The answer is no. But will I be? Yes, 100% guaranteed. And you have to know specifics. Yes, no. You have to be honest with yourself. This is the first step, because if you can't be honest with yourself, no one's ever going to be honest with you in this life. Except you, not your parents, not your friends, not your business partners. No one's going to be 100% brutally raw honest except you and yourself, and that's it. If you aren't able to do that with your own self and be honest with your own self, then you will not go far. All these things that I mention and say, if you don't do this way, you will not go far. It's 100% guaranteed fact, because I've personally lived through it, tried to live in that way, and it does not work. So if you lie to yourself, you're not only going to lie to yourself and make yourself lose in life, not become successful, go down the wrong path, but you are also going to cause a lot of damage to yourself and other people. This is where you have to realize being 100% truthful, whether you're performing bad or good, is way better than performing, good and acting like you performed like a professional pro and act like you did your best of the best in your head and tell yourself you did the best of the best, because you're simply just limiting yourself into pretending that you're this person that you're not. You have to be brutally honest in the harshest ways possible as a man to yourself. If you don't do that, you're going to suffer even more. So realize that. So the wants we have here and the actuality we have right here. Now, I just explained, about the wants, but the actuality is, what is it that you're actually living? What is the life that you're actually living? Are you happy with that life that you're actually living? Are you content with that life that you're actually living? Are you willing to, have your future family live that life? And are you willing to live this life that you're living for the rest of your life? Because if you're not, if even 10% of you is not, then you need to make the change now, because making the change tomorrow, making the change the next day after tomorrow is only going to set you up for failure. I'm not making this video to motivate you guys. I'm making this video for the men mainly that need to understand the reality and need to understand how it is that they're going to get out of the situation that they're in, and in what ways they need to do that. Where do you need to go? You have to be guided in the right way and down the right path in order to get to the destination that you want to get to. If you can't focus, if you can't understand what it is that you need to do, you'll never end up there. So analyze your actual life right now. What car do you drive? Who are the people you talk to? Who are the people that you hang out with? What are the things that you do when you wake up, go to sleep throughout the day? How many hours are you actually working? What is it that you're working on? What knowledge do you have? What information do you have in your mind that can give you a competitive edge over your competitors, make you, more capable in business, more capable in real life if things happen? All these different things matter. It's a whole game that there's so many levels to grow on. So you have to be, encouraged and want to learn and want to be doing these things. So in the reality, as we have right here, we go down to the dissection of self, area of lack. What is it that you're lacking at in life? What is it that you aren't fully, taking advantage of? I can say many, many things about myself. I can tell myself right now that I'm not fully maximized in the financial area because I know that I can achieve so much more things. The point of this video isn't to bash yourself and say, well, it kind of is, but you guys get the point. It's not to come at myself and be like, oh, I only make this much money per month, but I know that I could make this much money per month, even though my life probably won't change at all. The point is that you need to understand right now you're living this way. And if you inside your mind have a complete different reality, polar opposite to the current life that you're living, it's going to take the extreme polar opposite of what you're doing. That's what I need you guys to grasp. So if your area of lack right now is that you're not working enough, you're too lazy, you're only working 1 hour a day, you becoming this whole entire new person is going to take way more. So now instead of working 1 hour per day, start working 8 hours a day for 3 months straight and see how much different your life is. I guarantee you it will be extremely different. Now, let's just say that you're not in shape right now and you want to get into the gym. Go to the gym every single day for 3 months straight and watch how drastically your life changes. That's why I've done these challenges. That's why I've done these things on my Instagram. As those of you who have been following me for a while know, it's not just to make money, but it's all the areas of lack that you're able to change, that you're able to complete, that you're able to, take this time of sacrifice to become someone different, to become someone new, to become someone that you've wanted to actually be, in order to actually live in a reality that you can live in, that you don't hate waking up to every single day. What you're going to have to do is go through these periods of time where you're by yourself, focus simply on the mission, focus simply on the goal, and that's what it has to be. Me sitting behind this camera right now, filming this video on a Sunday night when I have to wake up early tomorrow, do you think that's what I want to do? No, but it's what I have to do in order to get there. Because the area of lack right now, another area of lack, is I need to build a stronger personal brand. My personal brand isn't up to par at all with what it should be. So that's why I'm filming these videos. If you have a set amount of money and you know that it's not enough to even provide for yourself and live the life, like bare minimum life that you want to have, then you need to work more. You need to do more. You need to learn more. There's so many different areas of lack that everybody has. Billionaires have areas of lack. Every single individual human being on this planet has areas of lack. Everyone. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Andrew Tate, Luke Belmar, all these people, they have areas of lack. If you're able to analyze every single area of lack that you have and work and dedicate your life to working on fixing those areas of lack, that's where you become the person that you've wanted to become and that you need to be. You compare that person right now to the person that you want to become and see who it is that you are right now. And those areas of lack, you fix those areas one by one every single day. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take years, but you can go week by week. month by month, year by year. And before you know it, you'll be a completely different person. That's how this whole entire game and whole entire reality works. Every single entrepreneur that I know has had to recreate themselves multiple times because of how much loss, how much sacrifice, how much difficulty, how many trials and tribulations that you're going to have to go through to finally become successful, or finally even get a bit closer to that actuality life that you want to have, or person that you want to become. It's going to take a lot, guys. You have to understand that. So here's more of an actionable plan that I wrote down that I have seen provenly work even from my own self. And you're going to see an example that I mentioned a bit earlier. So first things first, build up through momentum and pure action. So what does this mean? You're not just going to be this lazy person who doesn't do anything with their life, who works a 9 to 5, who isn't making any money, who doesn't talk to anybody, who just randomly overnight says, I'm going to lock in and this is it. I'm locking in. Sure, you can tell yourself that, and sure, you can say that, but it's going to be a drastic change of life, and you most likely don't even understand what that whole entire lifestyle consists of, because you becoming this person isn't you going to the gym twice a day and working out and lifting weights like I did once before. That's not how you become this successful individual. Doing hard things is good, but doing hard things doesn't always move the needle and equate to the reality or money that you want to make or person that you want to become. Yes, it is a sector, but it's not everything. So what you guys have to realize is that in order to build up this whole momentum and build up, these different aspects of life, is always going to be through pure action. You always want to be doing something. The worst parts of my life were when I wasn't doing something 24/7, and the best parts of my life were always when I was just taking action, investing money, spending money, going here, going there, talking to this person, networking with this person, taking this risk here. Even if I was losing money in some of those certain circumstances, even if they weren't some of the best decisions in that moment, my life was moving so quickly. So I had the momentum to where, boom, I can move with speed and instantly, transfer this here, get into this different business, make money here, make money there. And it's just 24/7. It's hard to build momentum, but it's easy to lose it. If you get complacent, you will lose your momentum. You will literally resent yourself because it's hard to build momentum. So that's why when I say build momentum and action, I'm not talking about, jump into this business model, start spending all this money on ads, jump into trading, spend all this money on trading, blah, blah, blah. The point being is that you need to be moving 24/7. On a day-to-day basis, you have so many hours in a day. You cannot tell me that you don't have time to do a single thing. If you make it a priority, anything can be done. If there's someone in Australia that you need to meet, you can get it done if it's worth your time and you're willing to sacrifice and make it a priority. So you have to make yourself a priority, and this whole mission a priority as a man, to make yourself need to accomplish these things and need to get the ball rolling and moving 24/7. Now, you're going to ask me, if it's not spending all this money and investing to make more money, blah, 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 then what is it? You need to be doing things that are going to move you in the positive direction toward who it is that you want to be. You don't want your idea of yourself, which you guys need to create, which I created a whole opposite video, or not opposite, a whole different video, creating the S-tier version of yourself, which you guys can go on my channel and watch. Scroll down, it's like an hour long, which is going to help you as well. The point being is that the action that you take just needs to be closer to that person that you want to become. As long as you do that every single day with all the energy that you have, that's going to get you very, very far in life. And what I mean by that is you can't be shy, you can't be boring, you can't be a loser, you can't be lazy. You have to be the person that you want to be, even if it's difficult, even if you feel uncomfortable. You have to push yourself. Talk to a few people a day that are in this business field. DM a few people every single day. Ask questions. Watch valuable content. Don't watch unvaluable content. Go on runs, work out, read books, study business, start your business, invest in the business, Go out to places, go out to eat at nice restaurants, go out to these coffee places to see successful people, get around these nice cars, nice lifestyles, drive around the nice neighborhoods. You always need to be doing something. You can't just be sitting waiting for something to happen, because the only person that's going to change your life is only in your hands. It's not in anyone else's hands. If you're not going to do it for yourself, you'll never have it, because no one's ever going to do it for you. And I can promise you that. No one that you love or think loves you is even going to do it for you as well. You have to need this stuff. I'm telling you, you have to need this life and not just want it. You really have to need it. I always tell my friends and other people who are in the same business or industry as me that we talk about this stuff 24/7. And it's like, it's not about telling yourself, I want to be successful. I want to be successful. I even tell my friends, like, there will be random times where I'm sitting at my desk just working, and I just close my eyes and talk to God, or like, I'm just like, I need this. Like, there's no other possible way. And once you're in that mindset, you will not go back. There's no going back. Ever since I started this, there's no going back. So once you're in, there's no going out. You have to be all in. You can't go out of this. It's all in or nothing. All in or nothing. That has to be your mindset, because there's people like me. There's people like, friends that I have who are willing to sacrifice 12, 14, 16 hours a day because they want this. They will rip your throat out just to take the money that you're making right now and put it in their pocket and get you out of business ASAP. That's how the game works. No one cares. Everyone is for themselves. So you have to be willing to go all in, because if you're only going 60, 70%, someone who's going 100% will take all 70% that you have and put it in their pocket and leave you with zero. That's just how the game works. So you have to be performance effective, performance optimized, all in. I'm telling you guys. The way the game works isn't nice, but this is the reality. I'm going to tell you guys the reality. Now, throwing darts in the right direction doesn't need to directly correlate to cash in the beginning. This is more about what I talked about. Every single action that you take doesn't necessarily need to correlate to, oh, I made 3K, I made 2K, I made 1K. You can't not focus on money, but you can't focus on purely just money, because building up the capital, building up all these different things in the beginning is going to take more than just the money, and it's going to take a lot of time. And here's one thing. Depending on the business that you go in, I don't know, I've never done SMMA and all these different kind of things where it's like cold outreach. I've done like door-to-door sales before, stuff like that, where you can be working 24/7. But most of the time in most business models, you're not ever going to be working 24 hours a day. You're not really going to even be working 20 hours a day or 18 hours a day or even 10 hours a day, especially as a beginner. Maybe you'll work 1 hour a day or 2 hours a day in actual valuable work. But the point being is that you have to show up to that work no matter what happens. You have to show up to work that's going to, generate cash or potentially generate cash in the future every single day, no matter what. But throughout the time that you're not working, you have to be indirectly working on cash generating activities, which could be posting videos, which could be hanging out with people who are also making money and learning about what they do and what they're willing to teach you, or talk to someone in your industry that's doing way bigger numbers than you. You're never going to be working 24/7 directly into the needle movers that are actually going to generate you cash. But the people who actually, succeed and succeed big, they use their time in other avenues that are throwing darts into the direction that they want to go at, that's not directly correlating to money in their pocket, but will create money in their pocket in the future. And like I said, can lead to connections, opportunities, and insights. What this basically means is that most of the time, this spent time that you spend on other things that are, tons of action, rather than the actual needle movers, it's kind of ironic, because these things have the highest ROI, but they're so random. They're so random because you don't know when that ROI is going to hit. You don't know who you're going to meet. years later down the line. You don't know what's going to happen and when it's going to happen. There's so many different, ways that the world works and life works, where it's like, if you just show up every day, if you just do the work every single day, if you just push in the right direction every single day without taking steps back, you will get so much closer and so much further in life than you could have ever imagined. I promise you that, if you just do what I said. That's all that this takes. It's not, it's not easy, but it's not complicated. And that's the thing. I even talk about this with one of the businesses that I'm in right now that I tell a lot of people about. And another, one of my whys as to why I keep working on it every single day when I don't necessarily need to at all. The reason why is because I remember when I first started business, 6 years ago, and I was trading and selling shoes and stuff like that. I remember that. And every single day I would work, try to make money here and there, blah, 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 $20, $40, $60, $100, And the point that I was trying to make is that I want to make money every single day. Like, I need more money. I need to work. Like, I was genuinely itching to work more every single day. I literally was trying to find ways to work. I would walk, one time I literally walked 20 miles and got the police called on me because my mom thought that I went missing, just to go do a deal all the way across the city to make like $10 or $20 profit on one shoe. Genuinely, this is no lie. So I remember those days, and what those days taught me is they correlated to now, because now I can look back and say, all the information that I have now, everything that I know how to do right now, there are people who would literally sacrifice everything to know what I know, because I know exactly what to do in an easy way where I could work less than them and make 100 times the amount. The information that I have right now can generate so much money that literally no one could even fathom. Even I can't fathom right now because it's not actualized yet, but I know exactly what it is that I need to do. The point being is, I remember the days where I didn't have as much information as I have now, and I was like wondering, how do I make this work? How do I make more money? I need this. This is the only way. So what is it that I need to do? Day after day after day after day after day. It's years and years in this game. And I'm telling you guys, you can't slow down once you finally have that business model that you see that can work and that you see the potential in. Your vision has to be so clear and so strong and so concrete that you are not willing to give up anything for it. This is what your mind and eyes are set on, so you can't veer off from the path. Once you figure that out, and once you know where it's going to get you and what the potential within that business model is, that's when you'll actually see huge results. Double down, triple down, put all your whole life on it. This is how you become extremely successful. How did Trump, become so rich and so successful? How he went into that huge debt story with the Taj Mahal. And how did, Elon become this billionaire, biggest entrepreneur that there is? By betting and going all in. You have to go all in. These people don't live normal lives. These billionaires didn't live normal lives. They're not sitting on YouTube just watching TikTok, watching Reels, watching, X, watching. You have to be dialed in and going all in on that business model every single day. Like I said, guys, this stuff turns into cash eventually. So do it. Take action every single day. Next, comparison isn't thief of joy. That's BS. Now, this is extremely true, because I see people all the time say comparison is thief of joy. And usually the people that say comparison is thief of joy are the same people who say work-life balance is a real thing, which it's not. And all the people that say that are broke and don't even make $5,000 a month. So never listen to those people. The point being is that if you're not willing to compare yourself to people of the upper echelon and people who are performing way better than you and have more than you and live a better life than you and have all the things that you want that you don't have, if you're not willing to compare yourself to them and look at them and say, okay, they have this and they're doing this and I'm not, you're never going to make it. There's such a long list of different things that I can tell you guys that are going to be guaranteed. You're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. And it's the same thing when I meet people and I have a conversation and I'm just like, yeah, you're not going to make it. They're like, in my head, I'm just like, yeah, you're not going to make it. It's very, very, very easy to tell from simple signs, simple things that people act in a certain way. People say certain things. People do certain things in certain ways. So I'm trying to help you guys avoid this, or at least undo it if you're already at that point in your life where you're making terrible mistakes or you've been wired wrong throughout your whole life. If you don't compare yourself to the top people, how do you expect to ever become like one of those top people? Do you think that they're all doing polar opposite things of each other? Hell no. They're doing similar things in different ways. That's the game. Similar things in different ways. So if you're not learning, if you're not taking things from them through comparison, then it won't work. How can I do, the numbers that Pattern is doing on Amazon, if you guys aren't familiar? Pattern is doing like $1.4 billion annually across third-party platforms. They're a third-party seller on Amazon. So they're selling $1.4 billion in revenue yearly. Now, off the top of my head, I can name multiple different things and reasons why they're performing way better than me. They have better systems. They have funding. They have more capital. They have more employees. They have more space. They have more connections. They're more intelligent. They know more than me. They have more information than me. They beat me in every way. Am I going to sit here and say, yeah, but I'm just a small business, so it's not a big deal? No. They are better than me in every single possible measurable metric in this business model. They're doing $1.4 billion annually. So I have to sit here and say, okay, I need more capital. I need more investors. I need to source more product in this way. And here's how I'm going to get there. They went through this distributor and they work with these brands. So how can I contact these brands, take a portion of their market share, take a percentage of the profit that they're currently making, take it away from them, put it in my pocket, blah, blah, blah. That's how the game works. If I don't sit here and say, this company is better than me in this way and these ways, so, here's exactly what we should avoid because, they already got that. We'll let them have that. That's not how the game works. I told you guys that the game is ruthless and no one cares about one another. And it's either you hunt or be hunted. Like, everyone's out to take everything that you have, everything that it is that you want. Even if you don't have it yet, there is someone who is trying to get the same things that you want right now. Every waking second in this world is literally a battlefield. Every single waking second right now, 10, 12 p.m. I always talk about this. Someone is in Dubai driving all these different supercars with their friends. Someone is in Monaco gambling hundreds of thousands of dollars. Someone's spending, gambling, drinking, all these different things on a yacht, bought a yacht, bought 5 supercars, bought 10 supercars on a private jet, blah, blah, blah. The world is spending 24/7. So once you get into that reality of seeing this, then you realize I'm going to compare myself to them because I need that. I need that. If they're going to have it, I need that. That's what I tell myself. I need that. If it's not me that's going to have it, who is? You have to believe that within yourself. The point being is that when someone is better than you in a certain measurable metric, you tell yourself they're better than me in this way, and it's because of this. Someone might, be in better shape than you in the fight gym and, beat you up in sparring, and you're not going to sit there and say, oh, well, he's taller than me, that's why. You're going to sit there and tell yourself, well, if I trained more and showed up more, I would have probably beat him. This is my fault. Same thing with money making. If I would have invested or started sooner, or we won't say started sooner, if I would have invested more and put in more hours per day, I would have been further and made more money. You pull up to the restaurant. 3 people get out of a Rolls Royce. And you're one of those three people. And you get out of a 2020 Phantom. 3 people pull up next to you and get out of a 2024 Mansory Cullinan. And you look and you're like, yeah, what is this? You just got flexed on. They just outdid you. It's just that simple. When you look at the leaderboard, when you look at the scoreboard in life, nobody cares about what it is or all this stuff in the harsh reality. No one cares about how many hours you work on your business and all this different stuff. Especially, girls do not care. So don't think that. No one cares about that. All that people care about is the results that you have and the things that you have that they can see next to your name. That's like the key to this whole video that I just told you, is that no one can see the perception of the reality that you want to have for yourself. They can't see the vision unless you talk to them every single day, 24/7, and you're spiritually connected to them. No one's going to understand it. That's what you need to realize. And no one's going to look at you in the restaurant or in the club and be like, yeah, but this guy, he thinks about getting that F8. So I like that guy, You don't have the F8, bruv. So this is the point, is that the only things that matter in life are tangible. The only things that matter in reality are the tangible things that, like this remote. I have this remote in my hand right now. That's why whenever, people that I don't know, they ask, how do you make money? Like some people, they'll be like, oh, Dayton doesn't say how he makes money, blah, 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 in these different ways. And what I say is, don't worry about how I got it. Just know I got it. Because you have to be like that. No one cares about how you have it. They just want to know that you have it. Girls don't care, how much work you do or which way you get the money or how you get the money or even if you get the money legally or not. They just want to know that you have the money. And so do you want to know that you have the money. All the stuff behind the actual materialized things don't count. No one really cares. The only thing that's going to be next to your name is a win or a loss. Do you have the Ferrari or do you not? Do you have the McLaren or do you not? Do you have the mansion or do you not? Do you have the RM or do you not? Do you have the girlfriend or do you not? Do you have the kids or do you not? Do you have the private jet or do you not? It's a yes or no. It doesn't matter if you went bankrupt or someone broke into your house and stole millions of dollars from your crypto wallet. No one cares. Do you think anyone cares about the guy that lost the $200 million that Malone stole from him? No one even knows who it is. No one cares. No one sympathizes or feels bad for him. Game is game. So understand that. This is the whole game, guys. So meet the harsh truths. Lazy, poor, fat. This is like the worst reality. You guys have to get off this frequency. If you're even near any of these, ASAP get to work. Like lock in right now. Subpar work ethic, subpar cash, average shape. This is most people. Extreme work ethic maxing. 24/7. You always know that you're doing the most. And you'll know within your own mind if you're working as hard as you possibly can or not. Like you will know as an entrepreneur. I can tell myself right now that I could be doing way more work, which is 100% true. Am I working way more than the average person? Easily. But could I be working way more like Elon Musk level? Yes, most likely. But I need to lock in more. Everyone does. The point being is that there's always more work to do. There's always more to be done 24/7. I could take 10 5-hour energies right now, lock in, never sleep, and just keep working. But am I going to do that? We'll see on the next episode. Wealth. You have to make more money. You guys already know that. Athletic, obviously. You can't just be a loser. The point being is now to the last part. All these different avenues that we've created, all these different potential avenues that you can go down. Comparison isn't thief of joy. That's BS. We already know. Now we go to the introduction to business. Before you've even chosen the business model, maybe you've jumped around leapfrog business to business like I did for a while, which was a terrible mistake, which you should never do. Just pick one business and focus on it fully. Model chosen, entering phase of measurement. Now, once you enter that phase of measurement, which I always talk about, phase of measurement means you see how much cash your business is generating, the net profit, the gross profit, all these different numbers, and you analyze, okay, XYZ, we can improve and increase revenue this way, just like how I do every single day. Look for more products every single day. We can increase revenue. We can increase traffic. We can do this, spend money on ads here, bring in this product, take this product out of the storefront, blah, blah, blah. There's 24/7 things to do, guys. I'm telling you. So you're in that model chosen entering phase of measurement, which I just explained. And this circles back to comparison isn't thief of joy. That's BS. Compare me to pattern. I'm nothing compared to pattern. I'm nothing compared to these big sellers. But I'm comparing myself to them in order to get to that level. Because if I do that, and these people are probably old, founders, super old. I mean, I'm pretty sure Pattern was founded in 2014. But the point is that if I'm willing to compare myself and compare myself now to people doing billions at the age of 20, imagine where I'll be at 23, 24, 25. Like, I just know the levels are going to be so crazy, and I'm willing to sacrifice everything. I am psychotic about this. I'm telling you guys, this is no joke. Like, I genuinely believe that. So when I tell you guys, you have to be on the same frequency of going all in, especially all in on yourself. And imagine in this amount of years, X amount of time, where you can be and how much further you can be in life. No one got to these difficult to reach places easily and in an easy manner. It doesn't matter how you win. All that matters is that you win. Do it in a legal way, obviously. We're not doing anything illegal. But you guys get the point. It doesn't matter if you won the fight by a crazy fashion and did a spinning back freaking kick to the guy's face. What matters at the end of the day is the win or loss. Same thing with the loss. If you throw a spinning back kick and try to do a crazy, kick to the guy and knock him out, and then you get ground and pounded, no one's going to be like, oh, well, he tried to, do something to impress the crowd, so that's why it ruined his record. Now he's 15-1 instead of, 16-0. That's the only reason. There's no detailed description as to the reason why you lost. On your grave, there's not going to be a detailed description as to the reason why you were unsuccessful and didn't make anything out of yourself in life. The only thing that's going to be there is your name and your last name, and you buried down under in the grave. That's it. So while you're here, put in as much as you can. I don't make these videos to make money or sell an offer. I don't have a link down below to push any offer. I'm not even creating a funnel to later on sell you guys a course or anything or a high ticket offer. And you guys know that because I've been making these videos with no offers at all, even though I have you guys DMing me, teach me how to do this, teach me how to do that. Yo, bro, I'll call you back. I'm filming a video right now. What? I'll call you in like 3 minutes because this video is like 40 minutes long. I can't edit anything on it. Alright, bro. Alright, guys. Sorry for that. My friend wanted to hang out. The point being is that no one's going to know whether, you put in all this effort or not. Only God and you. No one cares about the harsh life that you had or the difficult reality with your family, with anybody in life. If you lost money, I've been 16 years old, lost $10,000 in a day, lost everything I've had. I've lost 20,000. I've lost, 40,000. I've lost 60,000, all under the age of 20. In one day, I've lost $60,000 at 18. Yeah, on NFTs. Life is a risk, guys. You have to understand that. I hope this helped. And as always, push yourselves. I want to see you guys win and succeed in life. And you guys are watching my journey as well. So, God bless you guys.